congratulations, Mount Holyoke's graduating class of 2017. We are gathered here today for a sole purpose, and that is to celebrate the past 4 years, give or take, of our time at our Mo home. No matter which corner of the country or the world we come from, a million tiny things had to have happened in order for us to share this moment together, shoulder to shoulder in this amphitheater. From your grade school feminist awakening, to your first time watching Dirty Dancing, to declaring your major, this moment has been years in the making. The past few months leading up to our graduation have been a whirlwind. Not only were we managing the last year of our undergraduate careers, but the world was shifting in ways that were sometimes downright terrifying. I'm not going to go through the greatest hits and misses of 2016, but I'm sure we can all recall the highlights. Our campus community supported one another during a scary election cycle brimming with vitriol. And we pushed back. We pushed to protect our undocumented students, our students of color, our queer and trans students. We fought to maintain a safe space on campus and in the world. So if Mount Holyoke has taught us anything, it's how to push. The class of 2017 has upheld a tradition of social activism that started with the inception of Mount Holyoke. During our first year, we watched as the Mo Honest campaign unfolded, and we stared on in awe, solidarity, and sometimes discomfort as the mosaic of experiences of students of color facing racism and microaggressions on campus made us really question the idea of accountability from our community. And we took from this a legacy that would inform our future activism at Mount Holyoke. We showed up for Black Lives Matter as sophomores, grieving the murder of Eric Garner and countless other Black men, women, and trans people. With Route 116 blocked, we let campus, South Hadley community, and all of Western Massachusetts know that we will not stand for structural violence against Black and brown bodies. In joy in this very same amphitheater 2 years ago in the culmination of the Open Gates MHC campaign, when Lynn Pascarella announced that anyone identifying as a woman in pursuit of a Mount Holyoke education would now be able to attend our wonderful institution. We came out in droves, in the largest crowd I've ever seen assemble on this campus, to demand sanctuary for our undocumented and immigrant students and to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone whose safety and well-being was being threatened. Continue to fight structural racism in our push for critical ethnic studies, including the expansion of Latinx studies and the creation of Asian American studies, so that our histories can be acknowledged in meaningful ways, in ways that are not whitewashed. We continue to fight man-made climate change by pushing for Mount Holyoke to finally divest from fossil fuels. We continue to fight to recognize the need for justice for Palestine at Mount Holyoke and across the globe. So there's a lot of pushing. We continue to push ourselves as students, as leaders, as activists. We push in education, in data science, and politics, as intersectional feminists, scientists, and authors. And it is a given that we're going to shatter the glass ceiling with the force of all this pushing. I'm talking about the glass ceiling at every level we encounter it, for people of color, for queer people, for trans people, for people with disabilities, for people who don't look like me, and for people who don't look like you. I don't look like a lot of you. I am the proud daughter of Kashmiri immigrants. I'm a first-generation college student. The day that I applied to Mount Holyoke, my family was living under the poverty line. And somehow I made it from the hoods of Jersey City to this stage in front of you today. And the sentiment that got me through this transition is a verse from the Quran that I'd like to share with you now. Inna ma'al usri yusran, verily with every hardship comes ease. So today's commencement is the ease at the end of our undergraduate careers. While it sometimes involved too much coffee and too many frantic emails, Our time at Mount Holyoke has undoubtedly been shaped by the diversity of experiences and personalities and interests that we see here. We've created an incredible, peculiar community that is unapologetically unlike any other, where you can jump from a conversation about Facebook memes to politicized homophobia quicker than you can say problematic, where you can talk about a new friend and be stopped with the wait, how do they feel about meninists, though? It's tightly knit in ways that few other communities are, the shared experience of being gender minorities holding us close together and catapulting us into leadership roles. It is the Mount Holyoke tendency to find ourselves in hours-long discussions about things that are bigger than ourselves, whether it be our aspirations or the world around us, initiated spontaneously over a chef or in a bustling dining hall, or in some bodega corner in Blanchard. And of course, who can forget all of our eccentric traditions and M&Cs that have us lining up in front of the kitchen door at 9:29 p.m., the frantic checking of PIPTA schedules on cold nights out, and the simple fact that we continue to call it the PIPTA even though everyone else wants to call it the PBTA. There's the deep-seated simultaneous love and hate of Jorge, our unofficial campus mascot and our favorite goose. There's a ritual of orientation where the wonder and excitement of the first year seeps into the air at the beginning of each semester. And then we have the renewed hype of Disso, the class colors and unabashed cheers of Mount Holyoke students, both entering and leaving. So yes, today we are leaving. But our home of 4 years will not just be another place that we have lived. It'll exist forever in our memories as a place that cultivated change, and we were told to never fear it. We have changed, from the friends we have made to the subjects we have studied. We've transformed from students interested in a field to graduates with a mastery of it. We have grown from people to global citizens. And we did all of this with the intention of making the world a better place for ourselves, for our families, for our communities. So thank you, everyone, because this sort of growth is nothing if not a collective effort, nothing if not wholly emblematic of the Mount Holyoke community. So when we think about crossing these gates outside later today and finding our way into the outside world, which may sometimes feel too large and too unkind, let us keep in mind the following Mexican proverb. Quisieron enterrarnos, pero no sabían que éramos semillas. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. We are seeds. And it is our time to flourish. Congratulations, class of 2017.